Hello friends, and welcome back to Swiftlessons for another mini music theory tutorial. In today's session, I'm going to be explaining the difference between a major 7th chord and a dominant 7th chord. Now, we're going to get started reviewing the major scale in the key of C major before taking those tones and building common positions of those chord shapes. As always, I got a full PDF study guide at patreon.com/swiftlessons to help you along. Now, let's get started. Okay, a close look at the fretboard, getting started with section 1 of this lesson, the major scale in the key of C. Now the notes in the major scale should be thought of as building blocks for chords. Now each one of those notes, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, in the key of C, can be given a number 1 through 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we're back to 1 again to start another octave. Now, those numbers can be used in formulas that create specific types of chord shapes. Now, for example, the major chord, the basic C major chord, is created by harmonizing the 1, 3, and 5 of that scale. So, that is C, E, and G. And if you look at various positions of the C major chord, all you're going to find inside those chord shapes are C, E, and G in various combinations. So let's run through that scale real quick. We're going to go to the A string 3rd fret with the middle finger and play 3, 5. Okay, that is the 1 and the 2, C and D. Then on the D string, we're going to play 2, 3, 5. Okay, that is E, F, and G. So far you have. Then going on to the G string, we have 2, 4, 5. Okay, so that is A, B, and C. All right, that's one octave of the scale. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Remember, there's no sharps and flats in the key of C. Now, let's jump into a second octave here. We're going to the B string. We're going to play 3, 5, 6. Okay, so that is D, E, and F. Then on the high E string, we can go all the way up to another octave. We have 3, 5, 7, 8, getting ourselves back to C. So those notes were G, A, B, C. Okay, putting all that together, it should sound and look like this. Okay, now it's very important that you practice saying the note names and also the scale interval numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then back to 1 again. Okay, very good everyone. Now we're jumping into section 2, the major 1, 3, 5 harmony. So at the core of both our major and also our dominant 7th chords is the major triad, built from the 1st, the 3rd, and the 5th notes of that major scale. Remember, that was C, E, and G. So, if you look at this tab that I have above, you'll notice that I've highlighted all the recurrences of the 1, 3, and 5 scale intervals, and it creates this shape. Okay, this common position of the C major chord, you can also play it like this, and go all the way down to the high E string. So like taking an A chord and bringing it up to the 5th fret, and barring the 3rd. Now, if I look at the individual intervals that make up this chord shape, it's going to want to get me most of the way there to creating my major 7th and also my dominant 7th chords. I've got the 1, C. I've got the 5, that's G. I've got another 1 here, C. Then on the B string, my pinky note here, I've got the major 3rd, E. And then on the high E string, I have G. That's going to be another 5th. Okay, so there it is, the major triad, C major, in bar chord form. Okay, tremendous work everybody. Now we're jumping into section 3, finally building that major 7, 1, 3, 5, 7 harmony. So now that we found the 1, 3, 5 triad, that C major chord, we can add in the 7th scale degree to create this very jazzy C major 7 chord shape. So I'm going to take my C major scale and count up to 7, and then that will reveal the note that we need to add in to this triad. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and what note is it? C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Okay, so this is going to be a B note. We're going to add it into our C major triad, just like this. So I had a repeat note inside that major triad. That G string 5th fret was a C note. I already had one right there in the root. So I replaced it for that 7th scale degree, giving me this common position of the C major 7 chord. So we've got the 3rd fret of the A string, our root note. Then we're going to the 5th fret of the D string. That's our 5. All right, then we also have the 4th fret of the G string, that major 7. And we have the major 3rd on the B string 5th fret, and then also, not to be forgotten, that 3rd fret of the high E string, that's the 5th scale interval. So 1, 5, major 7, major 3rd, and then right there, the 5th. C major 7 chord. Okay, very good everyone. We've reviewed our major scale. We've learned how to create a major triad from that major scale. We've learned how to add in the 7th scale degree to give you a C major 7 chord. Now, all we need to do in order to turn this C major 7 chord into a dominant 7 is flat that 7th scale degree. So this is going to go down 1 half step, which can be handled by my bar. Okay? So the difference between a major 7 and that dominant 7 is the major 7 features the note from the scale, the 7th scale degree in the major scale. But the dominant 7 is going to feature that same exact note, flat it back 1 half step. So let's compare those two voicings. We have the major 7, then we have the dominant 7. Okay, and they sound very cool in tandem together. So 1 kind of immediately by itself invokes jazz, very jazzy kind of feeling and flavor. Now, while this one is very much at rest, the dominant 7 chord is going to have a little bit more energy behind it. It's going to be a little bit more dissonant. Okay, it raises a question that needs to be resolved. So there you have it. The difference between the major 7 and the dominant 7th is that 7th scale degree being flatted back 1 half step, giving you a very, very different feel and a very different flavor. Alright friends, thanks so much for checking out this music theory tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Big thanks to my supporters at patreon.com/swiftlessons. Hope you're enjoying all the extra resources. Thanks to you guys, I've got many more lessons coming up, so keep checking back. Please subscribe, please share. This is Rob at Swift Guitar Lessons in Philadelphia, saying happy picking.